There are three very specific phrases that manipulators hate when you throw them right in their face. The moment you say them, they get shocked, they lose control, and almost short-circuit on the spot. Today I'm going to show you exactly how to use their own weapons against them. I'm done watching good people get pulled around in circles by people who couldn't even spell the word accountability if their life depended on it. Picture this. You wake up, you pick up your phone, and suddenly you realize you've spent the last 6 months apologizing for things you never even caused. You're lying there staring at the ceiling, asking yourself over and over, how did I become the bad guy in a story where I was actually the victim? Today we're shutting that circus down for good. We're going to look closely at the exact words that can destroy a manipulator's entire playbook, strip them of their power, and leave them completely short-circuited. Before we get into each phrase, let's get one thing clear. Manipulators don't run on logic. They run on emotional supply. They need you confused. They need you on the defensive. And most of all, they need you explaining yourself. The second you start defending your character, you've already lost that round, because you're playing on their home field. Phrase number 1. I hear what you're saying, but I still see what you did. This is the silver bullet against gaslighting. Gaslighting only works if you agree to question your own reality. The script is always the same. You catch them doing something shady, disrespectful, or dishonest. You bring it up hoping for a normal, mature conversation. But within 30 seconds, the whole topic has shifted. From what they actually did, to the fact that your voice was a little too loud when you brought it up. Suddenly you're the aggressive one. You're the overly sensitive one. You're the one blowing everything out of proportion. It's like a magic trick. Their bad behavior completely disappears, and your reaction becomes the center of the universe. When you look them straight in the eye and say, I hear what you're saying, but I still see what you did. You're refusing to take part in that illusion. You're acknowledging their words without accepting their deflection. You're basically saying, I hear all the noise coming out of your mouth. I hear the excuses and the blame shifting, but my eyes are wide open, and I'm looking straight at the real actions you took. This phrase is powerful because it stops the conversation from drifting. Manipulators love to drag you into a swamp of old arguments, irrelevant details, and emotional bait just to get you off track. When you keep repeating this phrase, you become an immovable wall. They might yell, they might cry, they might bring up something you did back in 2022 to try to even the score. It doesn't matter. You just calmly keep holding up that mirror. You're no longer arguing with their version of reality. You're simply stating that their version doesn't match what you actually saw. And that drives them crazy, because they realize their mind games no longer work on you. Phrase number 2. That's your perspective, and I'm fine with you keeping it. This is the perfect exit ramp from unnecessary drama. Manipulators are addicted to winning arguments. To them, winning means forcing you to admit they're right and you're wrong. They want your submission. They'll nag you, debate you, and wear you down for hours, until you finally throw your hands up and say, fine, whatever you say. The second you do that, they win, and your boundaries take a serious hit. When you drop the line, that's your perspective, and I'm fine with you keeping it. You're taking away the fight they're so desperate for. You're telling them they're allowed to be completely wrong about you, and you don't care enough to correct them. That's a hard blow to their ego. You're removing your need for their validation. You don't need them to understand your side. You don't need them to agree with your boundaries. And you certainly don't need their permission to see things the way you see them. Think about how much energy you've wasted trying to make a toxic person understand how much they hurt you. They already know. They just don't care. Stop trying to squeeze an apology out of someone who uses your pain as leverage. By telling them you're fine with their twisted perspective, you're taking the remote control back. You're choosing peace over pointless debate. They'll try to bait you again. They'll call you stubborn, or say you're impossible to talk to. Your only response should be a mental shrug. Let them think whatever they want in their own made-up world, while you live peacefully in reality. Phrase number 3. We're not doing this today. This last phrase is the ultimate emotional shutdown tool. It's simple, it's direct, and it leaves zero room for negotiation. Manipulators thrive on creating chaos whenever they want. They love picking fights right before an important job interview, right before you go out with friends, or right when you're trying to relax after a brutal day at work. They deliberately choose the moments when your defenses are lowest, because they want to drain your energy and keep you stuck on their emotional roller coaster. When you say, we're not doing this today, you're drawing a thick, permanent line in the sand. Notice that this is not a request. You're not asking, can we please not fight today? You're not begging for peace. You're making a clear statement about how the rest of your day is going to go. You're closing the door and locking it. The immediate reaction is usually a huge temper tantrum. They'll call you dismissive. They'll accuse you of running away. and they'll try every trick in the book to pull you back into the fight. This is where your discipline has to kick in. Once you say the phrase, the conversation is officially over. You don't offer extra explanations. You don't justify why you're walking away. And you don't reply to the flood of angry text messages that will inevitably come. You put your phone on Do Not Disturb. You walk out of the room, and you go about your life. You're reclaiming full ownership of your time and mental energy. You're showing them that your peace is a premium product, and they no longer have the currency to buy it. The common thread running through all three of these phrases is a complete refusal to play the game. Manipulators are basically emotional vampires, and the only way they survive is if you voluntarily give them your blood. The moment you stop reacting, stop defending, and stop explaining, they lose all their leverage. They'll quickly realize their old tricks now bounce off you like pebbles hitting a tank. They'll get frustrated. They'll throw a tantrum. And eventually, they'll go looking for an easier target, someone who hasn't learned these rules yet. You don't owe anyone an endless supply of your sanity. You don't have to show up to every argument you're invited to. Start using these phrases right away. Hold your ground with complete confidence. And watch how quickly the toxic people in your life start clearing themselves out of your way. This is for every single person who has been manipulated so much that looking in the mirror started feeling like looking at a stranger. If you're tired of losing sleep, losing peace, and losing your sanity to someone else's psychological games, this is your turning point. You're finally ready to outsmart the manipulator, not by playing their dirty game, but by completely changing the rules. The moment you start using these phrases, you stop being the prey and become the problem. Take your power back, protect your peace like a fortress, and never let them play with your mind again.